Gower Heritage Centre. Looks like it's an overshot wheel, which means the water feeds into the wheel from the top. Things that were being run by the water wheel. A belt would have been attached to the wheel with some gears and then used to run all different things like this bandsaw. Looks kind of scary. Pretty loud. Old tools. That's the old shaft that was used to run the wheel. This one, hell of a sturdy bit of wood. Oh, coffin making. I didn't mean to sound so cheerful about that. Wow. So the miller made the coffins. I'm sure this place is supposed to be haunted. Oh my god, that's a giant chainsaw. Just looking at that scares me. There's one of those really scary saws that was reminds me of 1960s Batman. And him and Robin got attached to one. You can see the belts and the wheels fixed to the wall there, which would be attached to the mill wheel, and then that would have turned that, and it would have worked that really scary bandsaw. And this takes you into the corn mill. Oh, cool. They actually still make flour here and sell it. I'm going to buy a bag before I go home so I can make bread. I do sometimes make homemade bread. You can see through that shaft there, through the hole in the wall where the water wheel's attached. Hopefully you can see some of these if you pause and zoom in. There's the flour weighing scales. Yeah, you see all the gears turning. I should run the grinding wheels to grind the corn. I zoom in, the flour is actually coming down from the floor above and landing in that thing there. So this is a replica of what the miller's cottage would have looked like.
Well, thank you. I look forward to interviewing you again when you're here.
Old pictures. A washstand. Mini ewer. I've actually got one of these. My Victorian recreation. Will the Mill. Oh, he's the one who haunts it.
Well, no.
I'm sure it's Will the Mill that I read that haunts it. He was a miller here for loads of years. There's his family.
Wine had been washed ashore in Fleetless Bay. A German U-boat it was had sunk a French cargo boat in the Bristol Channel. There were indeed some 120 barrels on the beach. The best French wine and brandy, it was said. In less than an hour there was a couple of hundred people there, with all sorts of vessels imaginable, from bottles to buckets. After a lot of talk, my father was chosen to tap one of the barrels. He decided to try it out on the boys first. Excellent French wine it was. Well, no one got far with their swag that night. Most of the locals were still seated on the hillside when the sun rose. Then came a rumour that the customs and excise had been enforced. They hit the remaining barrels of wine by lowering them down under the water, you see. But it was a false alarm after all. There are some problems.
Oh, really cool, a record player. Look at that. Oh, gramophone. Wow.
And you enjoy it today, and we shall see you again. Bye now.
And there's a view of Swansea Castle. I mean, there's very little left. I've actually got the exact same sewing machine as that at home and it still works. And it's Oystermouth Castle where we visited recently, but I haven't filmed it yet. And look, a harmonium. I wonder if it plays. I'm really tempted to try, but you're not allowed to touch the exhibits. And there's an older sewing machine, which is a treadle-based one. So these are some old shop windows. Matchboxes. There's the clay pipery. That one's Isle of Man on it. This window's all full of cameras. Oh, Polaroid, cool. I'm old enough to remember those. Oh, it looks like an old movie camera. My friend had a Polaroid like that when I was in school. And this is the cider shop. You can actually buy cider here, they still make it. But I'm not a massive cider drinker. I think bread flour is more my thing. This is the apothecary. It smells lovely of all this drying lavender. Look at all the Old cures on the shelves. Oh, this is fascinating. Shells, crystals. Wow, there's loads here. I only found out about this place recently. Cabinet of Curiosities. That book looks up my street. Arsenic, poison. Laxatives. Oh wow, herbal medicine taken through smoking a clay pipe. Oh, a glass eye. And absolutely tons and tons of old bottles. Shout out to Travelling Bottle Digger. He would love this. And there's some skulls. Snake skin. Mermaid's purses. And a skull. Oh my god, cocaine eye drops. That's mental. Wow. This is the old post office. Cool. And we're going to go through this door. Oh, that man scared me.
I know, I got
That actually totally did scare me. The camera's trying to tag his face. Water turbine. It's kind of a bit dark in here, but it should show up, I hope. This is what we should go back to, see? Water power. For our electric, especially in Wales, there's so much that we could use for that. Look, it's coming through that little hole up there. Let's go next. And go up these steps. Past the creepy undertaker. So here's the mill race, where the water is channeled down to then go through the water wheel. This is the wood turner. I think it's going to be noisy. There's the top of the wheel, but you can't kind of see it that well on my camera because they've put these bars there. I don't know how well it shows up. That's where the water goes down and then falls onto the wheel to turn it. Look at this really cool stuff, which would be made again by equipment turned by the mill wheel. I would actually even buy some of this stuff if it's for sale. Samples of the different woods. It's a shame you can't buy this stuff. There's some more of the equipment. nostalgic for days that were before even my time. They do have special days here. I think you can actually take part in some of the things. You can learn craft. Oh, that's the last pair of wheels made by Will the Mill. The man we saw the pictures of earlier. And there's a display about how wheels were made. Pause if you want to read. Do not touch. Flour making in progress. Whoa, there's a step. Don't fall down the step, I just did. Oh wow. So that thing goes round and round, and you can see the grains. I can smell it, it smells lovely. And the grains fall out of that hopper thing down the hole onto that spinning stone grinding wheel, which you can just kind of make out there. And here's the shaft. It's being turned by the water wheel that we saw the bottom of earlier. Look at the size of that wood, it's like a whole tree trunk. The whole floor is moving, you can feel it all shaking. Here's samples of the different stuff. You can see one of the big millstones, but that's not being used. And another one there. Just see the section turning. And also when they bought this place, it was in a really bad state and they've restored it. It's freezing in here. I actually really like the smell of it. It smells of grain and oil and wood. Pause if you want to read. This is one of those handheld grinding ones. I think it's called a quern. And then originally you would have gone up to another floor. Oh, this was a small mill which a farmer could use himself rather than travel into a local water mill. That looks like it's on one of those trapdoors in the floor. There's one of those trapdoors. I don't even like walking over that. Interesting. Yeah. Lucky I didn't notice it earlier. But they dropped the sacks down. And there's a little model there which shows inside the mill. That's pretty cool. Right, I'm going to go back out without falling over the step. We've already been downstairs to Will the Mill's cottage. It's starting to rain. There's a bloke with a coracle, which they used to use for fishing, especially on the River Tybee, around where I live. And there's one hanging up. So this is the original toilet for the watermill. It says it's the smallest listed building in the country. Do not use it, but have a look. Oh, duck friends. Oh look, it's just one of those. It's got do not use in French as well, just to make doubly sure that nobody knows. I'm going to stand in it. Oh look, and there's the torn up newspaper to wipe your bum. Nice. And a little miner's lamp. I can't believe this is listed. And when you went to the loo, it went straight into that stream. That's gross.
That's disgusting.
It is disgusting.
All the ducks there.
Hello, duck friends.
Oh, so that's why we have this thing.
To stop ducks going out. And there's the duck feeding thingy.
Are they holding the ducks prisoner?
Yeah.
Oh, they got their own little place in there.
Hello, ducks.
They do have their own little place.
They have. They've got a little house and they've got a food thing. Hello.
They probably got food in their house too, and they've got the ducks in their house too.
Probably.
They seem happy.
You can buy duck feed to feed the ducks, but they're actually already stuffing themselves, so they probably don't want it anymore. Hello, ducks.
They're so cute. They're big too. They're massive compared to Gizmo.
Hello, ducks. Your colour's amazing.
That one is lovely, isn't it?
I'm now going to film these tractors. But I like ducks. Here's a collection of old vintage tractors. There's quite a lot here. The entrance is really small, and then there's just loads here. It goes back a really long way. That one looks very nicely looked after. This kind of a tractor with caterpillar tracks, which is pretty cool. So here's a really cool massive threshing machine. Which would have separated the corn from the chaff. It's a really old farming machinery. I've lost everybody now. And some ancient ploughs. Here's a map of Gower. We are here somewhere. Medieval display upstairs. All farming stuff. I'll try and do this fairly quickly because I've nearly run out of both battery and space on my memory card. This is a medieval display. Unfortunately the lights aren't on and it's really super dark up here. I really don't know whether you can see. It's a cuttlefish bone. Some runes. Unfortunately it's too dark to see most of it. Some helmets. And chainmail. And some swords. The lighting is just super bad in here. Oh, those stalls are kind of weird and bizarre. And actually, I find those really creepy. Ooh. Poultry Park. I hope it's got chickens. Oh, I'm obsessed with chickens. And you can wash your hands there. Oh, shed under construction. They're actually making a thatched roof, which is pretty cool. I would never want a thatched roof on my house because the insurance is astronomically high. There's some more coracles. Various tools and saws. And this is the cordwainer. I'm not really sure what a cordwainer did. I assume he made rope or something. Oh, there's some Singer machines, a bit like those old sewing machines. Cool. Currently being restored. Oh, he made items from leather. Shoes and boots. So this is currently being under maintenance. Ronnie's hut. The gun has been decommissioned. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but there's lots of taxidermy in here. An old incubator for eggs. I don't like hunting things. I like taxidermy. Victorian taxidermy, because it's old and you can't change what's already happened. It is a form of art, but I know it's controversial. But I hate anything to do with hunting. Curlew, which is actually quite an endangered bird now. These were native British birds. Beautiful. Let's see if we can go and find some live birds. Oh, there's some more duck and geese friends. It's the gamekeeper's hut. I wouldn't have liked the gamekeeper. I don't see the point in breeding birds just to blow them out of the sky. Nobody's in the house at the moment. Those geese are so still, I thought they were fake. Hello, chicks. God, you're so cute. I love you. Oh, you're fixated on the camera. Staring at it. It's a shame of that wire. Maybe the ones at the other end. These are youngsters, they're still under heat lamp. Hello, Chucks. Hello, Chuck. I wish I could pick you up. You're so cute. You're still making a little baby noises, aren't you? Your voices will break soon.